Good morning, Valley. Pastor Dave here again. It's Monday, March 30th. It's good to see you again. It was great to see so many of you join us online yesterday for church. Loved all the pictures you posted on our private Facebook page and all the emails and phone texts. I think we're getting the hang of this, and it's amazing. Your participation is just beautiful and so encouraging to me. I have quite a bunch of stuff I've gathered today that I want to share with you. I hope I can keep it all straight. And the first thing I wanted to do is show you something that was on a news feed that I look at every morning. It's from Axios News. Here's my favorite graphic of the day. I don't know if I can get it where you can see it. Can you see that? Let's see. There we go. It is an American flag with that spinning wheel that we all hate waiting on when we're doing things on our computer. And the headline by that graphic said this. It said, "The next American struggle, the waiting." Waiting. Nobody likes to wait. So he goes down and he talks about all the unknowns, all the stresses, all the reasons it matters. And then he lists all these things that the world is waiting and watching on right now. It says, "We wait and watch Wuhan and China to see if life really does return to normal once the virus is contained." It says, "We wait and watch Italy to see when its daily death rate peaks, plateaus, and then plunges. This gives us a sense of how long concentrated outbreaks elsewhere might last." He says, "We wait to see when New York will hit its apex, and we watch to see how bad it gets. We wait for widespread testing to be a reality. We wait to see if Dr. Fauci's projection of potential deaths is accurate. We wait to see what the government's next move will be. We wait and watch as drug companies race for a cure." Yep, we're all waiting on those things. There's one more thing that isn't mentioned in this article that I'm waiting for, and that is I'm waiting on the Lord. You know, waiting on the Lord is part of life because life is filled with waiting. My wife brought to mind today, as we were having coffee this morning, she brought to mind the text from the prophet Jeremiah in Lamentations chapter 3, where he says in verse 22 and following, he says, "Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness, O God. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion. Therefore I will wait for him. The Lord is good to those whose hope is in him, to the one who seeks him. It is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord." It is good to wait? I don't like waiting. Do you like waiting? I get a laugh at that old prayer, "God, give me patience and give it to me now." We don't like waiting. But we're forced to. That's the thing. We need to wait because the world moves at a rate and in a way that is really outside of our control. The Apostle Paul, when he wrote to the Romans, in Romans chapter 8, one of my favorite chapters, he's talking about future glory, the hope of God's redemptive glory. And he says, "I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." And he talks about how the creation waits in eager expectation. The whole world is in a state of waiting for how will it all end? How will God move? What will be the end? And of course, the Christian hope is that it ends with God redeeming and reconciling all things, and with us being with the Lord in a renewed world, in his very presence. But that's a huge hope. But later in the same chapter, Paul says this. He says, if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently. There's that patient word again. Well, I'm going to be patient, but I'm going to pray, and I'm going to pray with a sense of expectation. I don't mind telling the Lord that I'm eager for him to settle things and to set things right. In Psalm chapter 5, David says this. He says, give ear to my words, O Lord, consider my sighing. Listen to my cry for help, my King and my God, for to you I pray. In the morning, O Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning I lay my requests before you, and I wait in expectation. We can wait, but we'll wait expectantly. We will wait prayerfully. We will wait as we hand our requests over to God. Now, I want to end with a prayer, and the prayer today I'm going to end with is kind of just a beautiful prayer that I found thanks to our good friends Steve and Julie Janader. Hello, Steve and Julie, if you're watching this today or sometime. They were on, I think, a walk or a hike through a nature center. I believe it was New Zealand. And in this gorgeous garden that they were walking through, kind of an arboretum sort of thing, they saw this big placard that had this prayer written on it. And the prayer is by early 20th century Scottish pastor named John Bailey. So I'm going to end with that today. But before I do, three quick things. There's going to be some links down below in the description of this YouTube video. And the first link is going to be a link to our Sunday service yesterday. If you weren't able to participate yesterday, it's still online. Click that link and you can watch it. Also, I'm going to put a link for our youth page on our church website because there are some things I want middle schoolers and high schoolers to know. Tonight, Becky Watzak will be leading another Bible study online for the middle school and high school youth. So kids, get on there. Moms and dads, grandparents, make sure your middle school and high school youth know about that. And then let's see, the third one. Oh, I'm going to put a little bonus link to a link where you can listen to a song that I wrote based on Psalm 5. And it's just me and some college students from quite a long time ago singing that song. But maybe you'll enjoy that and it can be part of your soundtrack for today. All right. Well, let me share this prayer with you. Oh God, forbid that I should walk through your beautiful world with unseeing eyes. Forbid that the attractions of the city and its shops should ever steal my heart away from the love of open fields and green trees. Forbid that under the low ceiling of office or classroom or workshop or study, I should ever forget your great overarching sky. Forbid that when all your creatures greet the morning with songs and shouts of joy, that I alone should wear a grumpy and sullen face. Let the energy and vigor which in your wisdom you have infused into every living thing stir within my being today, so that I may not be lazy or mindless, that I might not be a lazy or mindless bystander among your creatures. And above all, give me grace to use these beauties of earth around me and this eager stirring of life within me to lift my soul from creature to creator and from nature to nature's God. Amen. All right. Be the church. Talk to you more soon. God bless.